The 2017 SHS Moot Court team, the Sycamore Justice League, had quite the tumultuous this year. Two members of the mock trial team, junior Jenna Bow and senior Sarah Horn, hoped to form a team. However, the mock trial season did not end for SHS until mid-March after the varsity team advanced to the state competition. Moot Court case material was released back in December, but by the time SHS got started, they only had less than a month before their first deadline. The fourth annual Ohio Moot Court competition took place in Columbus at the Ohio Supreme Court on May 5th.
I was interested in moot court because of my interest in law. I do think that I'm going to study law after high school and potentially pursue a career in the field of law, so I thought moot court would be a really good introduction.
Discussing moot court often draws confusion. It is essentially a simulation of the appellate court process in which lawyers argue to the judges, not to other students, and write a brief describing their argument. The OCLRE creates a fictional case, and teams must be able to argue for both sides, using real case law.
I think the main difference between moot court and mock trial is that for moot court, you have to have a much deeper understanding of all the case law and really know how to apply it, because that really is the basis of the competition, whereas in mock trial it's much more performance-based. You can have a lesser understanding of the law and still win if you have really great witnesses and attorneys who can argue.
The team consisted of Horn, Bow, junior Ryan Tufts, Sydney Evans, and sophomore Caroline Zong. Bow and Tufts were on the petitioner side, and Horn and Zong argued for the respondent. The team received aid from English teacher Mr. Andrew Oakes, who also coached mock trial this year. However, since the Oakeses welcomed a new child on May 3rd, he was unable to join the team at competition. One major component of the competition is writing an 18-page legal brief for one side. SHS chose the respondent, or the defense side, and managed to write it in approximately 3 weeks. SHS received the best respondent brief in the state.
When we found out that we won best brief at the competition, my first thought was they must have made a mistake, because we had significantly less preparation than I think almost everyone there. We didn't start writing our brief until a week before the due date, and it was in total 17 pages. And so then after, I thought I heard wrong, and then I looked around at my teammates, and they all had the same dumbstruck expressions, and overall, I was just, at that moment, it didn't matter if we moved on past the preliminary rounds of the competition, because it was already good enough for me. Like, I was on top of the world.
The other element is oral arguments. Students prepare oral arguments to defend their positions in this fictional case and present them to panels of judges who will question and challenge their claim and knowledge of the law. These judges were lawyers at the OCLRE trained for this event. The team faced a few challenges in its short season. This included schedule conflicts such as Bow, Tufts, and Evans having their A-Push exam on the 5th and Horn having her senior art show that evening. The final weeks of preparation coincided with the times that many team members had classes and AP exams. Further, the team's legal advisor was unable to continue working with the team for the last few weeks due to personal reasons.
There were definitely quite a few challenges this season, I think. The biggest one probably, honestly, just being the time constraints, considering that we started out so late. But ultimately, it was a really awesome experience. It was a pretty small thing, and everyone on the team really got to know each other even better, and we all got to develop pretty awesome relationships. So in the end, I mean, it was awesome that we won the best respondent brief, but mainly it was just a really great experience to have with friends.
Nonetheless, the team powered through, meeting in the evenings and during ACE and lunch bells as often as possible. Food was very often involved, and the team members quickly developed close friendships. On the big day, the team left from SHS at 6 a.m., with Bow's mother accompanying and driving them to Columbus. The competition began at 9 a.m., with 4 preliminary rounds, where each side went twice.
I had so much fun with Moot Court, mainly because of the people who were a part of it. They were a great set of individuals, but also we were really pressed for time, but that almost added to the fun of it, because we could kind of share our stress with each other and kind of bond over that, so that was unique.
Timing was fairly rushed throughout the morning. This included the break for lunch, wherein the team hurriedly got lost in downtown Columbus, trying to review notes for the next round while also finding food.
The best parts of Moot Court was the relationships that I made with all my teammates, with Ryan, with Jenna, and with Sarah, and of course Sydney when we were writing the brief. Our late night practices, our inside jokes. It was just overall one of the best experiences of my high school career, much like mock trial was. And the fact that we were able to come together so quickly and bring a brief together and pull oral arguments and a really solid case together in 1 month of preparation was just amazing. And I don't think we could have done as well as we did if we hadn't forged such strong relationships and had such chemistry within our group. We were always having fun during meetings, even when it was a high-stress situation. Overall, it was something that I'll never forget.
Finally, the team advanced to the quarterfinals, where they ultimately lost to Springfield, the competition's runner-up.